Welcome to Tai Chi. Everybody ready? Let's warm up. Hands at your waist, turn your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. Interlock those fingers. Make your hips and waist work for you as you peek at the heel of your opposite foot. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Be careful. Shift your weight to the left foot. Good Tai Chi posture. Kick your right foot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Kick your butt. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Heisman, opening up your span, parallel feet, choose the right side, cross and sit on that side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Shift to weight. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Short one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side, sit down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, cross training. Fanjirong. Hands extended, fingers widespread, one continuous motion going forward. Yat, ni, sam, se, look, chut, bat, go, sup. Reverse. Yat, ni, sam, se, look, chut, bat, go, sup. Okay, kicking up the sand, hands at your waist, bear down on your left foot. Here we go. Yat, ni, sam, se, look, chut, bat, go, sup. Pedal forward. Yat, ni, sam, se, look, chut, bat, go, sup. Stand on your right, kick up the sand with your left. Be, yat, ni, sam, se, look, chut, bat, go, sup. Pedal forward. Yat, ni, sam, se, look, chut, bat, go, sup. Making circles with their foot. Stand first on your left. Good Tai Chi posture. Circle with your right. No higher than 2 inches above the ground. Going outwards. Be, yat, ni, sam, se, look, chut, bat, go, sup. Reverse. Yat, ni, sam, se, look, chut, bat, go, sup. Stand on your right, circle with your left. Be, yat, ni, sam, se, look, chut, bat, go, sup. Reverse. Yat, ni, sam, se, look, chut, bat, go, sup. Okay, squatting down, playing our drums. Okay, here we play our drums. Hands to the back, sarong, sorry, yat, ni, sam. Ni, sam. Of course, we're not playing our drums, we're boxing. Se, ni, sam. Ni, sam. Look, ni, sam. Chut, ni, sam. Bat, ni, sam. Go, ni, sam. Sup, ni, sam. Okay, this is how we play our drums. Right hand by our forehead, we're going to get ready to ride our horse. Yat, ni, sam, se, look, chut, bat, go, sup. Okay, one more. Left hand by your waist, right hand above your head, palms up. Draw one straight line. Yat, ni, sam, se, look, chut, bat, go, sup. Other side. Yat, ni, sam, se, look, chut, bat, go, sup. Okay, changing our pace, golden cockerel, okay? Remember that, okay? And I always look at you folks, even though if I'm turning the other way when I finally do get home. So we said that golden cockerel can be called a push down, push up, or pull up. Okay, push down, pull up. Okay, so how do I get the distance in which I can push down. How do I get the distance in which I can push down? How do I get the distance when I should be able to push down? So in that demonstration, I was able to push down a lot, which helped me to then counterbalance and go up. So what is it that I do? I start my spiral higher. I start it right here so that I can push down a lot. If I did not start higher and I dropped the center hand down and then I started my spiral, I have very little to go down. Therefore, it's not helping me with my balance, okay? So some of you are still coming down, dropping this hand and then making your spiral. So what I want you to do is drop it and then start to spiral to get that distance that we want. Okay, any questions on that? So that one has to be practiced, but you start to come down and then make the spiral and then you come up. And it's a little harder to the other side, but if you say, I'm starting my spiral up higher, then you have that distance, okay? So everybody's gonna watch, because this is wrong. We don't want to drop this hand down and then come down just for that little itty bitty motion. Drop it down and just come down this way. We want to start the spiral up here. So we have all this distance to go down, okay? Let's try that, all right? I think once you get it, you'll be happier and then you'll understand. Okay, here we go, golden cockerel. Last set. Okay, kicking out. Shift weight to the left, semicircle, tuck the elbows, center yourself, follow with your eyes, follow with your hand. Last set. Okay, holding your ball. Root down on the back or right foot. Bring that ball closer so your elbows are not seen from the back. T stance. Out and to the side. Move the energy. Bow stance. Sit back, sit down. Pivot. Root down and center with a ball on a T. Out and to the side on an L stance. Move the energy. Bow stance. Sit back, sit down. Pivot, root down, T and ball, store the energy, L stance, move the energy, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, root down, store the energy, center with a ball, out on an L, move the energy for a bow stance. Part the wild horse's mane, sit back, sit down, pivot, hold your ball, onto the side. Here it is. Sit back, sit down. Pivot, root down with the ball, out and to the side. Part the wild horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, changing our form, changing our movement to brush knee. How do we set it up correctly? Multi and brush knee. Sit back, sit down, pivot, set it up correctly, multitask to brush your knee. Sit back, sit down, pivot, set it up. One hand, right hand higher, left hand to your shoulder. On a multitask, three things happen. The right hand goes to the head, the left hand comes down partially, and the heel of the left comes out. Here we go. Multitask, turn the hips and waist. There's your magic. Sit back, sit down, pivot, root down, set it up correctly, multitask, three things happen, turn the hips and waist, brush your knee. Sit back, sit down, pivot, set it up correctly, multitask to brush your knee. Okay, should be nice and smooth and continuous. Twist step, T-stance, set it up, multitask, turn the hips and waist, brush knee. Sit back, sit down, pivot, twist step, T-stance, L stance, bow stance. So now we're embedding in the setting up by saying T-stance, setting it up in a multi for an L stance, then a bow stance. We're substituting out words, but all the time you are setting it up multi and magic. Sit back, sit down, twist step, T stance, L stance, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, twist step, hold your ball. Okay, so let me show you what I meant, okay? And I think maybe some of you have gotten it, but just for unifying a lesson or instruction. So we set it up, we multi, and we magic it out, okay? This is sort of what you're doing. Twist step, T-stance, set it up, multi, magic, okay? So what am I trying to get at is, here's your setup, here's your multi, this is your magic, okay? Maybe this other side will show then what I want. Twist step, T-stance, set it up, multi, and magic, okay? So some of you know that all of you know that there are three components, but sometimes that one component may not be as exact as I want it. So this is the setting up, and this is the multi. But some of you, the multi is coming either too low or not low enough. So this is setting it up. This is the multi. All you have to do is drop, but not keep it up and so high that the brush knee then becomes too high. It's awkward. So all you need to do is set it up, drop, but don't drop down. If you drop down, the energy is wasted. There's nothing to turn. So you're going to have to find that area. I would say, I don't know, finger span, down, then turn. Okay, can we try some of that, maybe 2 sets, and see if you can find that multitasking to be a little bit more exact, okay? We're on a T-stance. The pigeons are watching us, which is perfect, okay? They're not gonna bother me. They're enhancing my movements, okay? Set it up correctly. Multi and magic. Sit down, sit back. Twist step, set it up correctly. Multi, then turn your hips and waist for the magic. We said 2 sets, that's 1. Twist, sit back, twist step, set it up correctly. Multi and magic. I can tell that you're smoothing it out and you're getting it a little better. Set it up. Multi and magic. Okay, so I want you to go home and try to practice that a little bit more. Hold your ball in the T stance. We're still warming up. We're learning to grasp the bird's tail. Store that energy on the right. T stance, L stance, ward off. Set that space. You're in good Tai Chi posture. Your knee is not beyond your toe, and your spine is straight up, just like that pointing finger that you would match. Now, with this setting up of the space, you're turning your hips and waist to the left and repositioning your hands, as if you're going to now sit down, sit back, and pull back the bird's tail by using your hips and waist. You're going to contact. You're going to turn your hips and waist and push the energy out from the center of your body. Separate your hands and roll back and sit down. Are you sitting down? Then spiral up. Then flatten your foot as you push forward. Sit back, sit down, pivot, hold my ball in a T stance, bring it in. Take an L stance and forearm your opponent. Set that space. Turn your hips and waist, reposition your hands, and grasp the bird's tail as you turn at your hips and waist to look back. Contact, turn at the hips and waist, push from the center. Separate the energy and roll back and sit down. Spiral up and lunge, flatten, push out together. Other side, sit back, sit down. Twist step, center with a ball. Bring it in. T stance, L stance. Ward off your opponent, forearm him. Turn your hips and waist, reposition your hands. Grasp the bird's tail. Contact, push out, separate and roll back and sit down. Spiral up, lunge forward together. Twist step, T stance, L stance, ward off. Turn hips and waist, grasp the bird's tail, look back, contact, turn, push, separate, roll back, sit down, spiral up, then forward. Twist, make it one last good one as a set. Ward off. Grasp the bird's tail. Other side. And then pause with the hold of your ball and put your hands down and watch what I do, okay? See if you can pick up something new. Okay, ready to try. Give me a T-step, holding your ball. T-stance, L stance, bow stance. Grasp the bird's tail. Sit down. When you spiral forward, make sure your fingertips are at eye level. twist step, T stance, L stance, ward off. Turn the hips and waist. Use your hips and waist to look back. Use your hips and waist to look forward. Roll back, sit down, weight down. Use that energy to come up and lunge forward. One more set, no talking. See what you can develop to help you with your movements. Okay, and pause with the holding of the ball. Okay. Okay. I'm going to continue on, but my last one is going to help you with closing form, okay? So continue to watch, continue to soak in. Okay, sit back, sit down, twist in, twist out, twist in, embrace the tiger, move over, rotate the hands, bring the tiger up, bring him closer to you, push him out. Separate the hands, I have my mittens on. What do? How do I create this magic? I drop my shoulders, I flex my knees. I let gravity help me to now close my form, okay? So that's what we're gonna do right now, okay? Okay, on a T stance, holding your ball. This is the last grasping of the bird's tail. T stance, L stance, O stance. Grasp the bird's tail. Roll back, sit down, spiral up, then forward. Closing form, apparently. Sit back, sit down, twist, open pivot or open twist, in twist. Embrace the tiger, right hand on the inside, move the foot over, rotate on your wrist so that both palms are facing you at chest level, bring the tiger closer, push him away. Separate the hands shoulder width apart. How do you create magic? Drop your shoulders, flex your knees, tuck your elbows in. Gravity takes care of you as you now lift off the ground to close your form. One more time. Okay, left foot forward. You pushed out. Okay, we're abbreviating it, okay? This is the end of grasping of the bird's tail. Sit back, sit down. Twist, open twist, in twist, tuck the right hand inside, shift over your foot, rotate at your wrist, then bring him up. Chest level, push him in, push him away. Drop your shoulders, tuck the elbows, flex the knees, let gravity, close your form right now. Okay, one more time and that's it. Okay, left foot forward, right foot at a 45, push out. Good Tai Chi posture, straight up, not leaning forward. Sit down, sit back. Twist, open twist, in, twist. Tuck the right hand in, shift the weight over, rotate at your wrists, so now both palms are facing you as you elevate up. Push the tiger closer to you. Push him away. Separate it. Drop the shoulders, flex the knees, tuck the elbows as we now close our form. Okay?
We spent a fair amount of time on grasping the bird's tail. I just want to go over where do you put your hands and what are you trying to do, okay? So the areas that I see that are difficult to grasp, I guess, because I see variations of what we're trying to do, okay? You got the ball, step out, ward off. You don't need to ward all the way out here. You know, there's a difference. Parting the horse's mane certainly is all the way out. That's the movement, out. Warding off is stay away. By the time you're out here to tell somebody to stay away, the guy grabs your arm and you're gone. Versus you say, here, stay away. Now, because you're so nice to me, I'm going to switch my hands. I'm going to come around your arm. I'm going to grab you. This one's going to grab in this way. So the hand should be coming out and turning. Some people just come out here. They don't know quite how to turn their hands, so they stay about here, or they're here, or whatever. But the movement is here, ward off, turn. What happens to this hand? So everybody come out, do this. Come from here. Let's get in your ball, get in your ball. Step out, ward off, stop. Okay, right there. Turn, two hands face each other. Pull back. Okay, come back out here. This is another point here. People don't know quite whether to come back and just do this. A lot of people just sort of come back and do a couple of these, and they're sort of happy. But the hand is back here, comes right here. Everybody get to this position. You folks are out here. Out, out. Come in. Okay, the right hand should be behind the left wrist. Turn and push. Open up. Okay, go back over that again. Here. Ward off, stay home close. Turn and reach out, but turn your hands. You could visualize, I am grabbing this person, and you're pulling him with your body. You turn your body. This hand is still back behind the other one. Turn your body, but bring hand. You can put wrist to wrist if you want to. And then from there, it's a two push. You're using this to push. And then you open up. Okay? Then you come back down. Open hand. Then you go back up, open hand. Okay? So try to remember those.
Okay, so just going to clarify everything, okay? So you won't be too confused. Remember, you heard the phrase that I use, set that space. Set that space means it refers to this space here. You set the space. We said that if we set the space this amount, we are in perfect Tai Chi posture. My head is straight up, my spine is straight, is obeying my pointing finger. If I didn't understand that, and you heard me say set your space, but you went like this. The space is going to be not a help, but a detriment in that your opponent will pull you down because you're not straight up. You don't have a center, okay? So when you set your space, you give only amount of space that keeps you straight up and your knee is not beyond your toe. Then you turn your hips and waist and you reposition your hands as if to now grasp the bird's tail, okay? Now, remember the word contact. What does contact mean? Is that contact? No. So you bring down the bird's tail, you contact. You come to the center, you push out. You separate and you roll back. You come up, then you come forward. See, so maybe this one needs a little bit of explanation. Sit down, sit back. Come up, I say lunge, feet and hands together. So I don't want the foot coming down and then the hand going out. The top of their body has to match the bottom as much as possible, okay? So there was a clarification where do you contact? And it's, for me as a teacher, I would like you to come back, contact, then push from here, okay? Let's try all of that, and then we can fix it up a little bit more. So I think that this is more important than just running our sets and doing any which way. Okay, let's kind of unify our form. All right, let's grasp the bird's tail this way, okay? T stance, right hand, right foot ready to go. Out and to the side, ward off. Turn the hips and waist, reposition the hands, sit down, sit back, look back. Contact, turn at the hips and waist, push from the center, separate the hands, roll back and sit down. Spiral up and together, lunge forward. Sit back, sit down, twist step, hold your ball. T stance, L stance, bottom hand advances to ward off. Set that space, don't give it any more. Are you in good Tai Chi posture? Turn the hips and waist, reposition the hands, sit down, sit back, turn at the hips and waist to look back. Contact, turn at the hips and waist, push the energy out from the center of your body, separate the hands, roll back and sit down. Come up, lunge together, hands and feet, out. Other side, twist, T, L, set that space, good Tai Chi posture. Turn, bring down the bird's tail, look back. Contact, turn, push center, separate, roll back, sit down. Come up, together lunge. Twist, sit back, twist. Ball, make it better. L, set that space. Turn hips and waist. Bring down the bird's tail. Turn at the hips and waist to look back. Are you contact? Turn at the hips and waist. Center push out. Separate and roll back and sit down. And spiral up and then forward. Okay? So some of you say, how am I supposed to contact? Because you don't see that, okay? So you decide how you, I want you to contact, okay? Watch first. Okay, so what I'm doing is my left hand is here, my right hand is here by my wrist. It's not here by my wrist, it's on my wrist to push the energy out. So when you have a contact, in most situations, the force comes from the hand or that's pressed against it. So the force comes, so have your left hand like mine, have your right hand against the wrist. Then without movement, push that right energy onto the left wrist. Let it go, push it there. So when you push it, it actually moves that energy to then separate the hands, okay? So a lot of Tai Chi is felt internally, but of course, physically, the contact is important too, okay? So maybe that wasn't taught right or you couldn't see, but the word contact, I know of no other meaning for contact other than being able to feel that, okay? So it should not be like this, because how's that energy being directed? Got a contact to push it.
Maybe let me explain the intention so that you know it may give you some idea of why or how you move your hands, okay? So from this movement here is a thing of just getting space. And then you come back out. From here, it's just a matter of evading. The person you're blocking him, and he's coming, now he senses resistance potentially, or you're going to grab him, and you don't even have to pull him, but you're trying to evade him. You're trying to say, you're coming this way? I'm just going to evade you, get you this way. But once you have him this way, this becomes a practice of forceful movement. And this is almost like deceit, coming down, and you're going back up again to get him. But those are a little bit more advanced in terms of Tai Chi, but they have different reasons or different classes of movements. One is find your space. The other one is evasion. The other one is power. And this one is sort of almost a deceit type of thing. Okay? So you get an idea not to apply it, but to move your body with the intention, but very softly.
When I sat back there and you followed what Ken was doing, I saw something very, I must use the word glaring, because you're taking into effect where this hand is, but you're forgetting the counterbalance hand. The counterbalanced hand just went to sleep, okay? So just like how we learn to part the wild horse's mane, one gives a snack, but the other one counterbalances our move. We are creating more stability. In the same way, when we ward off, this hand the backhand supports us. It can just go down. You don't have that balance and power in place or the optimal position, okay? Okay, I want to end class with 4 ward-offs, 4 grasping of the bird's tail, okay? See how well you can put it together, take it home and practice, okay? Starting with right hand, right foot, T stance, L stance, set that space with good Tai Chi posture, look at that counterbalance hand. On the left, is it sleeping? Turn the hips and waist, reposition the hands, sit down, sit back, turn at the hips and waist to look back, contact wrist to wrist, turn, push from the center, separate the hands, roll back and sit down, come up simultaneously, lunge forward, sit back, sit down, twist step, T stance, L stance, ward off. Set that space, check that right hand now. Turn the hips and waist, reposition the hands, sit down, sit back, turn at the hips and waist to look back, contact, feel each other's wrists, center push out, separate, roll back, sit down, spiral up, lunge forward. Other side, twist, T, L, ward off, set that space, check that left hand, turn the hips and waist, reposition as you grasp the bird's tail. Push the energy out. Sit back, sit down, spiral up, lunge forward. Okay, so something occurred. Okay, one last segment. How do you reposition your hands? So you've set your space, good Tai Chi posture. Set your space. You don't want to set your space down here. You don't want to set your space up here. The space is right in the chest level or eye level, okay? Slightly below eye level. Turn the hips and waist, reposition the hands. Remember I said it's a slightly off palm to palm, but not that way. Staggered, then come down. So the energy is directed downwards, but through the palm of your hand. Okay, this one comes up and then lunge forward. But don't lunge forward this way. Don't give your opponent a advantageous position. So once again, out L, ward off. Set that space. Do not say, set the space, okay? Because you're already contorted. You're gonna be a prey. You're gonna fall. So you want to set it and pause, turn, reposition. It's equidistance apart once you reposition your hands. So the hands are not moving, but they're moving in not moving separately, but moving in unison, okay? So what we're trying to do is once you get all the pieces there, we can now smooth it out and just obey gravity, obey our body, okay? All right. I think that's good. Sometimes when you prolong a movement and reteach it, it doesn't work. So you're going to have to wait on it and come back and revisit next week. Okay, good job. See you next week.